Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging in the channel, comments, like, subscribing. I do appreciate it so much. It also helps drive this community for this amazing game that we all know is the best in the franchise. Now, currently, I am actually in The Sims Castaway, which of course uses the Sims 2 engine for an amazing spin-off game. It's got some amazing gameplay that sadly we can't actually appreciate as we import it into the main game, which I can with the Sims Pet Stories. But anyway, so I had mentioned the idea of building on a very uneven lot, and somebody said they'd really like to see it, so I'm going to just do a pretty quick how-to on doing that. And that's why I'm in Castaway, because Castaway has the most uneven lots that I have ever seen. Some of them are quite they're hard, not gonna lie, they are hard. And this is the one I'm thinking of, Machete Glade. I'd actually played 5 generations of a legacy here, but I very rarely make it past the 5th one. In Sims 4, I have completed several legacies, but not in Sims 2. So anyway, let's go in and check this out. Now, this is a pretty expensive lot for a Castaway person to be able to purchase because it's $13,574. That's due to all of the flora that's on it. Castaway Sims only ship with, or they generate from the cast with about 6,000 resources, not simoleons. And so this would be quite expensive to purchase. So what I would have to do first is get rid of all the flora so I have a clean slate. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, the way I know that I got rid of everything is that the lot value is now 0, which is how they are meant to ship for Castaway. The lot itself is free. Everything on it is what costs money. So, or not money, resources. There's a difference. Not a lot, but there is a difference. Now let's kind of take a look-see at the lot. It is extremely uneven. So this would be the highest point right here, this back corner, but it's got a lot. As a matter of fact, there's a low point right here. So there's a lot of uneven terrain. It is very interesting. Now, in theory, if I were going to build something, I would probably be most tempted to build in the closest to the, as you see, the lines are nice and straight, which means that the terrain is pretty even. But if you want to build interesting on a very uneven terrain, your best bet is to actually do a carve away situation. Now, all the building controls of this game are basically the same. They look a little different, but they function identically. So there are going to be some differences. I am not able to zoom out nearly as much for this as I can for The Sims 2. So I am going to be dealing with a little bit of issue with that. But so what we're going to want to do is create a foundation from the highest point, which is right here. And then of course we have to go 2 in because again, the game is roughly the same, because we're going for more interesting, working with our terrain much more. Okay, and the reason I can't get too close to the front is because the portal to enter actually takes up quite a lot of space. But let's see how. All right, there we go. All right, I don't even need that much, but there we go. Now, let's say I want to center the house. And the way I'm going to do that is actually find the center point, which the easiest way to do that is going to be using, yeah, this one doesn't, Castaway doesn't count like Sims 2 does. I don't remember at what point they offered counting, but I will use the fencing tool, which is under here, and then I'm going to take it in diagonally 23 because there's 2 here and this is a 50 by 50 lot. So 23 from this corner will be the center point. And if I don't want to bother counting, I'll just do that. And that's my center point right there. And I am going to go ahead and mark it so I know where it is. Now that I have my center point, I am going to start building. And because I'm not feeling extremely creative today, I just basically looked up a floor plan and I'm going to build that real quick off camera because you don't want to watch me build. I'm not going to lie, you don't want to watch me build. Okay, so now that I have my floor plan laid out, I'm just going to use an auto roof because I'm not feeling particularly creative right now. And actually we will give it a pattern that makes more sense, like that. And I don't think I can lower the roof at all. I'll have to double check. And the answer is no, I can't. So I have this nice impossibly large roof. I'm not going to worry about it. I will mess with the roof later. And I actually had created a front and a back porch. So the front porch, I wanted it covered and I didn't want to have to worry about it too much. So right like that. That's called lazy. I'm not gonna lie, it is lazy. And the back porch also the same. They are both covered and that's all that matters. Okay, so now that I have the house that I want, I'm going to start cutting away the foundation that I have already laid out. And that way the house works with the existing terrain. And it was actually neat. The one that I chose magically landed exactly at the back. So I will have a nice front yard and side yards that are centered, but the back is basically completely taken care of. And that's what I want because the best terrain for living is the front yard. So now I'm going to use the foundation tool and cut away all the foundation that I don't need. Now after I cut away the foundation I didn't need, I'm also going to replace the foundation with the decking for both the front and the back porch because that's what I want. I really wish I could zoom out so you could see this because I feel like it looks kind of amazing, but whatever. Remember, this is a really massive hut is what this is. So now inside the foundation, I have the flooring, the interior terrain like this. What I need to do is actually raise the interior terrain up to right below the level if I want to use this. So what I am going to do is go into my terrain tool and I will use the terrain up and just the one, and I will actually I'll do it the largest, and we're going to raise it as high as it will go, right like that. Okay, wonderful. And now I'm going to level the terrain all within, actually no, you know what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut away the foundation interior to make it just a correct basement like I would. So just like you would in the main game, you're going to cut away the foundation just like I would, always leaving one tile around the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera because I can't imagine that watching me do this is actually that interesting for you. I don't know, maybe it is. Okay, and now that I have all my foundation cut away the way I need it to create the basement, now I'm going to level the floor, the terrain within the basement. And I'm going to level, this is not digging the basement properly, this is level, oh, why have I got something there that, why can't I level that? Huh, weirdness, I'll figure that out. It was just a problem with the tiling, and so I'm going to put the flooring back in to my home first, and then I will There are a few things that are slightly different, and that's okay. couple little quirky things that are different for this game, but the ideas will carry over. So like I said, if we're doing this, we're trying to work with the most extreme terrain I can come up with. And this is actually not the most extreme terrain in this particular game, but it's definitely more extreme than almost any terrain that you will work with in the main game. So it just seemed to be a good choice for this purpose. Okay, so now that I've got it the highest it can be within the foundation, now I can dig the basement the proper depth it needs to be, because this is over 2 stories high. I'll show you. All right, we'll put the terrain paint on and see it goes 1, 2, and maybe about 20% of a third story. So we only want this to go 1 story deep, and that's why I needed the terrain on the interior up to where it needed to be, because now I can dig it back exactly the way it needs to be. So we'll do it just like I do in the main game, which is grab my connecting stairs and putting it down exactly 3 tiles. Okay, taking it 5 from an edge, going down 3 tiles and putting the bottom landing. Oh, well, okay, hello. There we go. Oh, and I do actually, yeah, I had to take away, okay, we're going to do this. I've got walls and floors and I need to fix that. And just like I choose the correct depth by using the 3 lengths, then of course we're going to hammer it out and then choose the leveling, just like I would in the main game. Okay, my game actually crashed, but I'd only done a couple things since my last save. But let's go ahead and admire my grand hut from the island view, because I can't really call it a neighborhood, it's an island. But here we go, and currently it's at 14.5, no new sim, and they ship with 6, 5, 57, 53, and 55. So they don't ship with a lot. Now I would like an exterior entrance for the basement, and so what I am going to do is use the terrain tool and bring this out just a little bit, maybe 2 tiles out, right like that. And now I will grab the foundation and delete this foundation right here, and then fill it in with the wall tool. Paint it again. There we go. And now as far as the stairs, I can either have a stair going straight down like this, or I can do a little bit more a little bit of a landing kind of a situation. Maybe something like this, look a little more natural for the terrain that I'm working with. I mean, I'm not married to that, it's just kind of a thought. And to help create a little bit more of a natural feel, we're going to go ahead and use the terrain evening concept after I've got my stairs in the way that I want them, to kind of make it a little more natural, kind of work a little bit more with the terrain that I've been given. Now, as far as getting stairs that go up to what is ostensibly the front entrance, there's 2 options. One is that you just do a very long connecting staircase, which is very possible. And I've been known to do it because, you know, lazy. And it is very long. But then there's also the possibility of actually creating something of a faux spiral staircase, which is what we did before apartments arrived. And I only did it a little bit because it is a lot of effort. Okay, and legitimately, as much as I would like to put into it, am not going to do it because basically, yeah, lazy. We're just going to go ahead and remove this stair right here, put a couple tiles of that in, and then just add the stairs, new and modern stairs. I love how they're called new and modern. All right, just a little bit more, and they conveniently line up with the portal. For the record, in Castaway, this serves as the place where visitors arrive, like the mailbox does. So yeah, this is the portal. It's a pretty large portal, and yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I don't feel like doing the faux spiral because legitimately it's hard, and this is just fine. It's just fine. It's fine. And I wish I could back out and show you the whole house, but sadly I can't because the camera doesn't allow that. I think maybe if I were to add a camera mod, because you can actually mod this game, I might be able to. But anyway, I'll kind of give you a quick tour of it. We have our entrance, both for the main entranceway as well as the foundation entrance. Now, one thing I would like to point out is Castaway Sims enter your house without any respect for you. So you either have to accept that or put a door that you lock. But generally speaking, complete strangers will enter your hut at any given time. So be ready for that. I did put covering on the entire floor. If I ever wanted to build upwards, there's quite a lot to build into an attic in this particular floor plan. And so I have a large great room here. Over here is a master bedroom. And did I forget to put the entrance to the master bedroom? I did. That's fine. That's fine. It actually belongs right there. And then the master bath. Over here is a walk-in closet, a laundry. Not that they actually do laundry, but that's where that goes. This is, of course, as the floor plan indicated, a garage, but this would be used for skills. Little pantry, little powder room, and over here 2 more bedrooms, each with a walk-in closet. A nice take on a Jack and Jill, because this would be the washroom part of it, and this would be the actual bathing and toilet area. And so yeah, that's my little grand hut. And that's my grand hut from the island view, 22,000 simoleons. A sim would have to work very hard in order to get in here, which actually makes me want to make a sim work this hard. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope that this helps people who have been having difficulty building on extremely uneven terrain. You are not going to get more uneven than anything you find in Castaway. So anyway, I hope to see you soon in the pixelated world. And that's all I have to say. VK out.